Guess who's back? Back again with my background Move the Chains podcast. How are we doing, everybody? I am back. You got it. We're here. Okay, it's Super Bowl week. Got a lot of shit to do. I figured I'd do an exercise day, every day. Kind of go back through my predictions and division. What I got right, what I got wrong. Today I want to hit the AFC East. And kind of where I see these teams going forward, offseason, what I see the draft, all this kind of stuff. So, great having you guys in tonight. It's great running into Travis Wiss tonight, my guy, Max Lawson. I love you guys. Appreciate all my fans out there. I hope you guys love this new sign. I know it's a little weird, but I'm trying to move to get my head here. But I want to talk today about the AFC East, but I want to start off with Chip Kelly going to the Raiders. I don't know if I love it. And it's just, I was thinking about this tonight driving home. After getting my Curls for the Girls workout in, is it just me, or is like Chip Kelly kind of reminding me of like an NBA player? You know, he's bouncing around all the time. He's here, he's not here, he's here, it's just so sad because I'm looking at his contemporaries for a guy that was so innovative, so creative in college, got Oregon back on the map. Now, Oregon's always been a really good program, but I just don't know. And, to me, I think the Raiders have done such a good job, and I said this last week. I'm so excited for the direction Pete Carroll can save this chaotic franchise, which we are, and get it on the right direction. Now, what succession plan that is, we don't know. But at least you have the blueprint. Hey, this is what my vision is. Let's get it out for a couple years, and then the next guy that comes in, let's keep creating it and getting it in a competitive environment. So I do think I love the John Spytek hire, and I love the Pete Carroll hire. I really like it. But this hire kind of confuses me. Because Chip Kelly, it's been a while since we've heard creative and all this stuff. And I just feel like he should have just stayed at Ohio State. I mean, he went to his buddy, Ryan Day. Right? We all know this. Like, Ryan Day and him are like brother-son. They got that combination going. But to me, you got to think long-term and go, what are we doing here? I mean, here's the thing. Chip Kelly's not a recruiter. He hates that shit. And do I blame him? No, not in this era with the NIL and all that nonsense bullshit going on. However, I will mind you, he had a pretty good gig. He's getting $2 million a year. He was balling. Just, hey, worry about the offense. I'll recruit Ryan Day. Okay. It's Ohio State, for crying out loud. Ryan Cotter knows. One of the biggest Ohio State fans I know. Like, come on. So I just don't understand it. We'll see how this pans out. This situation, though, is just a shit show. And I love the Raiders. We got no quarterback. Our running game was awful last year. Our offensive line sucked. It's just not a good fit on offense. They're bringing back Greg Olson back, a quarterback coach who was Derek Carr's first year. So it's just a weird dynamic. I just feel like it's odd. If it works out, great. If not, I didn't love that hire. Now, I know it's Pac-12 guys, Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly. I got it. But it just kind of puzzled me. So I wanted to touch on the predictions I made before the year started with the AFC East. And what I'm going to do on this exercise is I kind of want to break down what they all need in this free agency period, the draft, and what I think happens moving forward. So we all know, obviously, the Bills won the division last year. No surprise. Best quarterback wins the best division. We saw that throughout the NFL. Ravens, Ravens won the North. Houston won the South. Chiefs won the West. Lions won, I don't know if where Goff is standing, but he won their division. Eagles, Jalen Hurts. Okay, Baker won the South. I was right on that. I'll get to that later. And then the Rams. So I do think there's a correlation here to how you got to do this. Now, the Buffalo Bills did go to the AFC Championship game and fell once again to Patrick fucking Mahomes. He fell again. And, it's hard for me to say this with Buffalo. But I just think you got to get a new coach, and I think you got to go get defense better. You got to get bigger at defense. You got to get better personnel on defense. You got to get big bodies on defense. Big bodies inside. You got to get big bodies. This Buffalo Bills team, listen, they are a front-running kind of team. And they feel like they're like a dome team. Like undersized defense, but not great. And they also need some more speed on the beat, man. I mean, listen, to not take Xavier Worthy is the dumbest fucking thing I've seen in a while. Dummy-o stupid. Okay? I mean, it's almost like the Luka shit I saw Sunday night. So, I think the Bills are right there. As long as you got 17, you're in good shape. If I'm them, I'm going to get another beep. I'm going to get a receiver. I'm going to add more. And I just think, like, the Mahomes factor is a key here. It happens with Brady. It happened with Manning. Even Manning was great. Is that you play these elite guys and you try and do way too much. And I'm seeing it with Josh Allen. I'm seeing it with Lamar in those big games. So I think Buffalo's fine. And I think Buffalo's in fine shape. I think they're okay. I think they just need to get better. You know, their offensive line was great. Better play calling to me in the championship game was bizarre. I like Joe Brady a lot. He obviously co-coordinated the LSU team, which was one of the best college teams I've ever seen. But just, to me, head scratching on the decisions. I think Sean McDermott's fine, but he's not. I think he's kind of worn his welcome out. Hit the ceiling. Expired milk. It's time. But as long as you got 17 at quarterback in Buffalo, you're going to be okay. The Jets. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the Jets, man. It's the East Coast version of the Raiders. I did think Aaron Rodgers played better down the stretch this year. Obviously not what he was 09, 10. We know that. It's a very good roster. I think Aaron Glenn is the right guy for the job. Would I have gone somebody different? Probably. But I think the Jets got a good hire in Aaron Glenn. We'll see. The players all like him. I saw the same thing with Antonio Pierce in Vegas. We got to see what happens. But I'm okay with that. I think the Jets, to me, moving forward, get some better offensive line. It's a very old, aging unit. It's young, but add more depth. It never hurts anybody. Add a Will Campbell. Add one of these guys in the draft. It's a very good tackle draft to me. Or you can get Ty Warren, get another tight end down the seam. For some reason, the Jets, to me, in my history of watching them, I've been a fan of football, and I'm a Raider fan and all that. They never use the tight ends well. I don't get it. They're more an 11 personnel kind of offense, and what I mean by that is, to educate people, is that they're a 3 wide receiver, 3 wides back, and a tight end kind of offense. That's always how they've been. I go back to Chad Pennington days when they had Laveranues Coles and Cotchery. They had Chris Baker, who was a stud. So to me, they need to get some better protection on the tight end. But the Jets are a far way away. This is a good roster. It's not bad. It's right there. You just got to keep piecing it together, and we'll see whatever Aaron Rodgers has in his last stay of it. Dolphins were the third place team on my list. They're kind of in no man's land to me. I don't know if Mike McDaniel's the guy. I mean, he was so hype and so. We know. I got it. He fools me, man. Like I'm bought in, and then, excuse me, they just can't play in that cold, man. And I heard it going into the summer last year. They need to start off like Indianapolis Colts, Peyton Manning pre-2000s hot, 11-0, get home field and hang on to it, because the minute you put them out in cold, they're not ready for it. Okay, they're allergic to it. And I've seen this. I mean, you go, Dolphin fans remember this. Dan Marino. You ever one weather team, they play in the cold? So, I just think the Dolphins are kind of stuck right now with Tua. They do have the weaponry. They do, and they're a 4x1 relay team. I got all that. But Tyreek Hill he wants out. I don't know what he's thinking. Mike McDaniel, and now the rumors coming out that we don't know if players are responding to him. Is that kind of a weird? I don't know. So, I just think Miami, they need to keep investing in this offensive line. But my problem with Miami is, and this goes back to San Francisco, there's one knock I have on this Kyle Shanahan offense and this system that they have. They have no drop-back passing game. Excuse me. No drop-back pass game. So the minute that drop-back pass game is, the minute that run game's not working and everything's flowing and misdirection, your eye candy, holy shit. Where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? Play action, boop. They have no drop-back game. So they got to change some things up in this system, because it's getting copycatted. And every defensive coordinator's reading, figuring out the keys. Hey, you stop the run, make them go drop back, pin your ears back, defensive lineman, hold on, quarterback. So I do think Miami's still a very good team to me, but they're in that middle pack of the AFC right now. Tua's overrated. he's a nice kid. He's got a lot of Dak Prescott vibes. But to me, you got to get better. And I just don't know if Tua's your guy moving forward if you want to get over that hump. I just don't. They made a mistake when they signed him. Again, I never was like the biggest Tua guy coming out of college. He had injury issues. I compare him to Sam Bradford. Both went to high programs, Oklahoma, Alabama, historically. Had injury concerns in college, and then it translated to the NFL. And that's kind of what I feel like with Tua. But the team to me that I think I'm the most intrigued by is the New England Patriots. Now, they were the worst team in this division this year. It was by a big margin, okay? It kind of opened my eyes a little bit. That Charger, I think it was the week after Christmas. That week, that 40-7 beatdown in Gillette. That's when I went, this is not working with Gerard Mayo. They bring in Mike Vrabel. Kick-ass hire. He was a player. He's a badass. He's tough. Great hire. Hey, they got the quarterback. Now you can start building this puppy and work in it. Because you got every piece of the puzzle. You got to keep building on this offensive line. I would draft, spend all your money on it, and then draft, go get receivers and back. I mean, your backs aren't bad. Your tight end's okay. But you got to add some more beat, man. Man, I'm telling you, when I watch New England, it is a boring offense. It's like watching paint dry, man. You got to have some speed, some juice, some misdirection, some colorful play calls. I don't know what they do, but I love Drake May. I like him a lot. He's got some Herbert in him. I think he fits. Guys like him. He's got a nice arm. He moves well. Can he be an elite guy? I believe he can. This division, to me, moving forward, to me, feels like a two-team race. It's Buffalo and New England to me. If Miami can get their shit together, who knows? If Jets could, I don't know. But basing off what I know right now, I'm taking Buffalo to win it next year, which later in the summer, I'll give you guys my predictions. But moving forward, I have a lot of faith in Buffalo because of Josh Allen and the culture that they've had, and I trust New England. Jets and Miami is a coin flip. I still would trust Aaron Rodgers over Tua, but that's not by a lot. So, appreciate you guys having me on tonight. Tomorrow I got some breaking news. Myles Garrett's requesting a trade from Cleveland. I'll dive into that tomorrow. I need kind of some time to think about it. But hope you guys are having a great Manic Monday. Hope you guys are doing great. Hit the like, subscribe, share button. More content coming out this week. Super Bowl's coming up this week. Finally, 60 minutes left of football until the draft and combine. Let's go. Let's try and enjoy it while we can. Appreciate you guys listening. Have a great night. Godspeed.